All right.
Awesome.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Awesome Pod. It's Johnny Taylor here. We got Diana Prince, otherwise known as Daddy Ass's Fave. Uh, we'll get
We'll get
to
into that.
we'll get to that. We got Brendan Patrizzo, and then we got a special guest. We got Tim.
Tim, my
Tim,
brother-in-law, ladies and gentlemen.
Tim, how are you?
Hi.
So you,
I've
good.
I was gonna say I've recently become Facebook famous. I have had multiple of my friends send me links to the articles of the picture of me at the AEW match.
Yeah,
He was
I
there with
mean,
me this week, so that was very cool. He's a wrestling
Yeah,
dude. I thought we'd get his point of view.
that's
I love it.
awesome. Well, if you're gonna get featured in some wrestling zines, Diana's a good person to stand next to. You never know what's gonna happen.
That's
yeah.
fair.
So we're gonna get the full scoop of the live experience from Dynamite. So it was in Cincinnati. Diana, you were in attendance. Uh, let's just get right into it. I know that we have things to cover for Dynamite. But let's talk. We got Tim here. Let's talk about the live show experience. It seems like you were prominently featured on this episode, Diana. It was basically AEW Dynamite because you were on camera so much. Every time I'd be like, "Oh, hey, that's my friend Diana right there."
So weird. I'm like, I sit in the same spot almost every time, and I don't know why anything's different this time. But okay.
Camera people were just infatuated with getting shots of you in the crowd. So, um, first off, how was the show live? How was the attendance? Was it pretty packed in there?
Was it? I feel like it could have been more. I was actually a little disappointed because like there's a lot of people and the people that were there were loud and so into it, which I love. But I feel like on the outskirts they could have, we could have filled it up a little more. Cincinnati. Do better next
Yeah,
time.
it seems like attendance has been down. Uh, AEW's having a period of, uh, I guess you'd call it the as toddlers become ready to go to school. Uh, things are in flux at AEW. We're gonna get into the Jade Cargill situation in a little bit. Things are happening. We're having when AEW was new, you had them getting a lot of talent from other organizations, and now we're starting to see AEW talent that was developed there kind of switching sides. It's going the other way, which it happens. I mean, fans of late '90s professional wrestling know that WCW and WWF were constantly almost trading pieces. So it's starting to happen now as AEW kind of grows. CM Punk being gone, there's a lot of things going on in AEW, and I think it's causing attendance to tumble just a little bit.
But that's why we're
Uh,
here. Tim, tell people how fucking fun it is, right?
yeah, Tim.
He doesn't know shit about wrestling, correct?
No, not at all. I mean, I watched it a bit when I was a kid. I've got I loved Sting and Ultimate Warrior, right, and all these old school guys.
Did you know that?
Huh?
Sting is in AEW.
I think I heard. Yeah. So at the show they were talking about it. And I think I leaned over and asked. I was like, "Is that the same Sting?" Like,
Oh yeah.
because I wasn't sure. But yeah, I mean that's exciting. But I remember those guys. But it's been decades since I followed or got into the wrestling world at all. So and I had a blast. It was a lot of fun. The energy's great. The wrestlers are amazing. They're so friendly and engaging with the crowd, or not friendly, depending on which ones you're talking about particularly. Yeah. But I was excited, and for me, I'm looking forward to the next time they're in town. I think my youngest will finally be old enough, and we'll bring my two kids out and let them experience it. So we're looking forward to going to the next one.
That's awesome
for that. I want to take my nephew. It's gonna be so fun. There's this kid next to us who just kept saying, "This is the greatest night of my life." It was so adorable.
That's so awesome. Yeah, there's nothing like the live event. It's changes your perspective on everything. So that's so cool. So Tim, having not been real familiar with the product, anybody stand out to you watching where you're like, oh, this guy could be or gal could be one of my new faves?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, being from Cincinnati, I don't know much about all of that, but I do know that I have to root for Moxley,
Mox,
right? So,
yeah,
um,
you got
uh,
it. Hometown,
you know, if nothing else, only because he was sporting the orange and black, and
the
I'm a
Bengals,
bit of a Bengals fan. So, to be honest, I
The
really liked
Bengals.
Samoa Joe. I don't know, something about him. He just seemed cool, real, down to earth, handling his business. So I really liked him. Darby Allen, I liked.
Yeah.
That guy had so much energy, was so fast and quick and just all over the place. He was a lot of fun to watch. Um, I enjoyed seeing Hangman Page. I've been to two events now, both with Diana. So thank you for both of those chances. But in the previous one, Hangman got hurt.
Yeah,
Um,
he was
oh
at that one.
yeah,
That was his
Moxley
first
so
with the lariat, yeah.
yeah, so at the time, not knowing is this, is it how hurt is he really, right? But finding out he really was, and watching him wrestle again and just come back from that, it really gives you an appreciation for what these guys put on the line and what they do out there. So it was a blast. Those ones jumped out to me, and then I really enjoyed watching Jade Cargill, but apparently I just heard somebody told me today she's leaving or something. So I don't, but I
Because
really thought she was fun.
well, I will tell you, you will have another chance to see Jade
Yeah.
Cargill. It'll just be on a different channel. Uh, she's
Which
she,
I
she's heading to. Go ahead, Brendan.
no, keep going, keep going. I'll pop in
Oh,
after you're done.
I would say she's heading to WWE. As of this morning, I think she is heading this week to the Performance Center. She's not going to go to NXT. She's going straight to the main roster. So,
Yeah.
uh, Jade Cargill, a new beginning.
How do we feel about that?
What do you,
Honestly,
Brendan
I
go?
am here for it. I'm not happy that she's leaving, but at the same time, Jade versus Bianca is something that I personally would watch. And I remember when we went to the WWE show here, I remember saying, wouldn't it be really cool to watch Bianca and Jade go
And
at it? So
I was like,
like
that'll never happen.
you did.
She-
You were like, I'm like, girl, but it'd be fun. And here we are.
You built this, man. You made this happen.
yeah.
Manifestation. I wanted it,
Um,
it happened.
I gotta say, I think this is good for Jade. A because it's a bigger women's division. They have bigger women in the WWE division, and I think it makes a little bit more sense to have her match up with people like Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley, people that kind of match her on a size level. Statlander and to a degree Nyla Rose were kind of the only. Uh, you throw Anna Jay out there with Jade Cargill for whatever reason. There's this inability to suspend your disbelief because Jade is just so tall and so fit and just seems like a natural athlete that it makes it seem like, man, there's no way this gal's going to beat Jade Cargill. Uh, you put her up against Rhea Ripley, it's a different situation. So I think just from a size factor, the WWE is going to be good, and there's going to be a lot of millions of people that are going to see her. So I'm interested to see what they do with her. I'm I for one was over Jade Cargill's character, and when they brought her back with the kind of the same kind of character, I was disappointed. But now it makes sense. She was basically uh, doing business, going out there and putting Chris Statlander over clean, which I think was the right thing to do. So I wish Jade nothing but the best. And I'll definitely be watching her. See what happens over there in WWE. So
Aw, R.I.P. Jade, in a way.
yeah, I wonder what they're definitely not going to call her Jade Cargill. I
I
bet. I
know,
bet.
right?
I
So
bet they'll
weird.
call her. It'll be something like
Sparkle Jade.
fucking Mystic Rogue or some shit. You know how WWE is. But Anywho, let's go ahead and let's get into what we thought was notable from Dynamite. Uh, and I thought, again, not spoiler alert, but I thought Dynamite was much better than Collision again this week.
Yeah, I
I,
thought Collision stepped it up this week. Still thought
I th-
Dynamite was better, but
Collision was much better than last week, but it was I thought Dynamite was better again this week. This is I think 4 weeks in a row. I think
Here,
Dynamite has
okay,
been
funny thing. Tim thought Rampage is better than Dynamite.
Rampage was good this week. I actually caught it,
Rampage was
and
fire.
Rampage that was one of the stronger Rampage. I think I probably like Rampage better than Collision this week, but
I think I did
uh,
too.
I think I just enjoyed Billy Gunn a lot. Like that was they were right there in front of us a lot. They were fun watching them interact with each other and with everyone. I just had a lot of fun watching that one. And then obviously that's when I think Jade was in that one as well, right? So those two matches stood out to me pretty big.
I gotta say, there's nothing more ironic than a guy in hot pink hot pants asking somebody if they're doing something for attention.
Thank you. And I was caught off off guard and like really stoned at that point. And I was just like, I was just being honest. I was like, there's no like clothes I have, man. I've been on the road for 3 weeks.
Uh,
But had I had my wits about me, I would have pointed that out to him. It's like your nips are all the fuck out, dude. Like, what are you talking about? But anyway,
uh, the,
I'll post the video. He came over to me the whole time as soon as he got out there. The first thing he said was, "That's too much," and started pointing at me. And like the whole match, he was like making
who is this guy? Is he Amish? Like what the?
right. Like it's just a shirt, dude. Like it's a shirt and pants. Like I,
This is too much. They call me Daddy Ass, and I'm famous for scissoring. Yeah, dude. Way too
that's
much.
what I would say.
Oh my god, the hypocrisy. Uh,
Ooh, yes.
uh,
I'm screaming.
yeah, very. Okay, Daddy Ass. Anyways,
I took it fine. He still scissored me.
at the end of the day, that's all that matters. It's
All
the
that
it's the
matters.
it's the friends we scissored along the way.
Exactly.
Um, So first off, I thought one of the notable moments for me, I thought Moxley and Big Bill had a great match. And I gotta say, I gotta give props to Moxley because he gave Big Bill a lot of offense. He made Big Bill look very good in this match. And I was happy that he did that. Sometimes Mox can be so overbearing with his offense, but I thought he sold really well in this. This seemed like a fun match to watch live.
Yeah, definitely was.
Sorry about the delay. There's a delay with the satellites in the news
Yeah,
station.
sorry. Somebody
Yes.
said something very racy, and we had to
Edit
press our 7 second delay button.
I'm prejudiced because it's all fun to me. You know what I mean? My sister is fucking yelling for Claudio, that fucking traitorous bitch. Like she's like,
Mm.
she's not on top this week.
Well, did I tell you we had a surprise guest today? Let's welcome Claudio.
Claudio, come on in, come on in,
My mortal
Claudio.
enemy.
Um, Tim, what did you think? So obviously the crowd's going wild for Mox. Uh, how was it? And Ricky Starks, who I'm so glad they've leaned into Ricky Starks kind of being a heel because he was getting that babyface reaction. I don't think they wanted him to.
Yeah, he's so much better as a heel. I love him now.
Yeah, and I'm hearing rumors about Ricky as well.
What?
Uh, yeah, I know WWE is very interested in Ricky Starks.
No.
So
Ricky, you do the right thing. Stay with the people that you.
here's the thing: Ricky Starks' best friend is Cody Rhodes, and I'm sure
What?
he would love he would love to.
Oh
He
my
would love
god,
to.
guys. Everybody can't abandon AEW.
I know, I know. I hope Ricky sticks around, but
Ricky, please.
Ricky, please.
Send us
Uh,
take that clip and send it to him. It'll make it he'll stay. It's like, oh, they said please.
they said please.
Hey.
Obviously, this Ricky Starks, Big Bill taking on the BCC is starting to heat up as Moxley does win to retain that AEW International title. But Big Bill and Ricky Starks lay the smack down on the BCC. So it ends up being a big schmoz, but the BCC ends up kind of clearing the ring out. Ray Phoenix versus Mox next week at Grand Slam. That's going to be a banger. Uh, does does John Moxley need to take it easy a little bit? Seems like he's putting himself at risk.
Nah, we're here for it. Please.
And listen, if something happens, it'll be on camera and it'll be a great show and we'll talk about it here.
Yeah. No, I'll be worth it.
Who's up?
And
If
we'll be able to
something
get you the
happens.
behind the scenes tea that no one else knows about. So
There was a little kid, like very little kid, who had a sign that said, "I'm here to see Mox bleed." You can't disappoint the children.
Nope, Mox has to bleed. I read an article that Moxley said that his doctor told him he has the arthritis of a 70-year-old man.
Really?
Yeah,
Aw. Oh
come
well.
on, man. Moxley, take
Bleeding.
your take your AG1, uh, Mox. Okay. What was notable for you guys? Was this on your list? This little BCC Ricky Starks Big Bill.
Big Bill is always on my list. I love him.
Big Bill's
He's
always
great.
entertaining to watch. Yeah.
Right? He's so fun.
It's like I would love to see him in one of those like super, super, super low budget like horror movies where they have because they have a few of those that Wild Eye's done where it's like they'll have the wrestlers, the slasher, or it's like someone that you've never heard of, but they look like a wrestler. I would love to see him in one of those where it's like
has to be one of your movies, man. Mastodon the Reckoning or whatever.
we don't really do slasher films over yonder.
Fight mastodons.
You should have him fight a giraffe.
Okay, I'm here for that.
That'd be amazing.
Keep going, Johnny. I like this. Keep
Big
going.
Bill versus giraffe.
You could call
Tim,
it
would you
like,
watch this? Is this a movie you would watch?
Tim says, "Why am I here?"
I don't know anything about that movie, but yeah, I mean,
It doesn't actually exist.
Tim,
Not yet.
We're casting.
we should acknowledge that Tim's taking a net profit loss by doing this podcast. So he's watching money fly out the window right now.
Honestly, he's like big finance dude. Thank you.
What was on Big Bill versus Giraffe? Can you imagine the creative when they were like, okay, we got this guy coming in. What should we call him? And they're like, well, what's your name? He's like, it's William. And they're like, well, you're Big Bill.
Okay, I do feel silly calling him Big Bill, but whatever.
It's the dumbest wrestling name of all time.
We'll make it work. Lean into it.
Figure something else out.
Ugh.
I would like Large William.
Large William.
Large William. That's what I'm calling him from now on. I don't care what his actual name is.
Large William.
Large
William. I can picture him holding on to the two horns though on top of the giraffe, and the giraffe just swinging its head around, and him holding on.
Yeah, get your visual effects person on that.
I am digging this visual actually. Asylum.
This is right up Asylum's alley.
Full disclosure, I don't fucking know what I do with my notes once again. The problem of looking at fucking events. So you guys have to remind me. I know Jericho and Sammy, of course, is on my list. So
yeah.
I knew they were fighting next week, and I was afraid they were going to do this whole like "I hate you now" thing, but they did like such a sweet way, where it's like nostalgia, and they were buddies, and they're still buddies. They're just moving on to the next chapter. Like I think that's such a unique, sweet way to do it.
Yeah, they had the little video of all their moments, and it was cool because you got to really take a look at the history of Sammy kind of always being by Jericho's side. Which I thought was cool. Showed them bickering. It showed them when Sammy, who I guess has quit factions that Jericho's run way more times than I remembered. He's like throwing his vest down. I'm like, wow, he's really left a lot of times. But I'm excited. I'm excited for Jericho and Guevara, and I gotta say when they were nose to nose in the ring.
Kiss.
I don't know how Sammy Guevara kept a straight face. Like, because Jericho's talking this close to his face, and he has to keep that straight face the whole time. I thought Guevara he should have won an Emmy for just absolutely not cracking. I would have been dying. I've been like, I'm sorry, dude. Like this is
Just some
very,
pop
very,
quiz, something.
very close to my face. But I thought they pulled it off. I thought it would. I'm actually, as they built this, and it's been a pretty long build at this point. Even pre Osprey, they were kind of teasing this Jericho Guevara match. So I'm stoked for it, and I'm looking forward to seeing it at Grand Slam.
Me too.
This was on my list as well. So
Yeah. How about
who's
you,
gonna?
Tim? Your list, top 3 for the night?
Yeah, I really liked that part. I to your point, I liked that it was kind of real, and I mean, it felt like two people that still respected each other and were moving on. It was a different approach than you often see, at least that I recall in this world, and so I really appreciated it.
Yeah, it is kind of a unique setup for a match where they're not okay. We're having a problem. We hate each other. That's such a tropey
Totally.
wrestling thing. So I think I do appreciate the unique angle that they've taken to kind of get here, which I'm definitely here for, and I think it makes Sammy seem like a bigger star again. Just kind of having this kind of angle for him. So yeah, this is definitely on my list as well.
How about you,
And
Brandon?
It's on the list. Personally, I was hoping it would be a little more dramatic, but that's me because I love the drama.
Like listen.
This was kind of giving, high school reunion after 15 years and everyone's moving on, but it's like they know that at the next reunion, not everyone's going to be alive. So like it just kind of
What?
Well, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, Brandon,
okay, so maybe like the 30th reunion, so at like 45 years, like not everyone's going to be there. So it's like it kind of gave that just like this is cute.
Well, okay
You
then.
know,
Thanks for
it
that.
was a moment. It was
in 45 years they're all going to be dead. So I thought this was adorable.
this was fine, yeah.
Oh, Brandon, never change, never change.
Okay. Cool.
She's just like, no, oh my god, this is ridiculous.
But that's what I'm happy here, man. Would never have thought about that, but yet can see it. So thank
This
you.
is this is the insight you don't get on other wrestling podcasts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this didn't necessarily make my list, and it probably made one of y'all's. The Hangman versus Brian Cage match, which I did appreciate, and I have to reiterate, Prince Nana does every single thing. He does everything you want in like a secondary character. Like everything he does is so nuanced.
His little
Like
dance.
his little dances,
So cute.
the things he's saying on the outside of the ring when the camera catches it. I would if Prince Nana said I was running for president, I would be like, okay, like I would be like, first off, what are your views on certain social issues? And then I would be like, Prince Nana for president. I love Prince Nana. Was this notable for any of y'all? This Hangman Brian Cage match, Page Cage.
Oh, yeah. Let's say it like that. Yes, of course. Both of them. I love them both. It was so hard to. Those matches are hard for me because I'm like, yay for both of them. I'm like, I love you both. Do good wrestling, basically. It was so fun.
Do good wrestling, yes.
Yes, it's like
Do
I love
good.
you both, and I feel bad when like most people are booing Brian. It's like, oh, he's great too.
Well, he'll
Yeah,
be better next week. It was fun. I thought it was fun, and it had that pizzazz that last week I think was lacking. I enjoyed it. This was definitely one of the standout ones. I wish it was a little bit longer.
Came out too, right? Like they came out at the end of that one.
yeah. I mean, it was
That was so cute when they were mocking Prince Nana and shit.
yeah, they were like making fun of his dance.
It was,
I also
he went on for a long time with that dance.
yeah, big ups to Swerve for saying "What up, turd," which I'm I'm always here for people saying "turd" on television. But yeah, they're setting up a big trios match, and also Wrestle Dream. I think we're getting Hangman versus Swerve, which I'm definitely looking forward to.
That'll be fun.
You might be noticing that AEW is seems to be putting on a lot more pay-per-views.
Yeah, what the fuck? What's up with that?
Well, uh, from what I'm hearing, they're actually going to start airing their pay-per-views on Max, and they're going to switch to the one pay-per-view a month format. So uh, get ready for
Do they
12
like
a year, y'all. 12 a
treat
year.
Does it make it seem less special though?
Uh, I think they're just trying to keep up with the Joneses. The WWE since the late '90s, one pay per view a month was kind of the standard for WCW and for WWF. And WWE's never kind of stopped doing that. And I think AEW is like, well, it's time to do it. So,
Guess so. Because
uh,
they said you want to come to the next pay per view. I thought it was like in a couple months. It's like fucking next week. Like, okay. I wish that was all right.
it's in Seattle.
He wants to come.
Man,
Honestly,
that
Come.
one's tempting because it's
What's
not
the
that
short flight?
far.
Come on.
what's the date
Like the first?
The first, it's
of
October
November of
1st.
October 1st?
Yeah, we're 12 days from now.
Okay,
We'll discuss. Y'all are
we'll
invited.
discuss. We'll discuss. I have a
Well,
shoot on the 3rd, but I'm like, but
Please,
the first, the
I'm
quick
going to
in, quick out.
Stockton like on the 3rd or
Yeah,
whatever.
you fly up the morning of, and you fly back the next day.
Yeah, Seattle's a quick flight, man. You can fly back.
It
That
is.
well, maybe not, but still.
Listen, last time I flew to Seattle, I flew back and I had food poisoning. So
I will guarantee you not to get food poisoning if you come to Wrestle Dream with me.
okay, but if I don't go with you, I could get
Then
it.
you get food poisoning.
Okay,
That's how
Oh, damn.
I want to clarify. I really want I like to know all options.
food poisoning or
So-
not, Brandon. It's your choice.
So Tim, you had mentioned that you liked Hangman. Was what'd you think of that match, and what'd you think of that segment?
The match didn't really stand out super strong to me. I'd say from just watching it, like it was good, it was fine, but it didn't stand out. But like I said, I really appreciated seeing him back out there. It probably doesn't mean anything to people that watch it all the time because he's been wrestling for a while. But I didn't. I don't follow it super strongly, so it was cool to see him again. But outside of that, the match didn't blow me away or anything.
Wow.
Yeah,
So what
uh,
one did blow you away, Tim?
yeah. Let's talk about it.
One of the things that's been stuck in my head, and I don't know if he was in at Dynamite or not, but the Satnam Singh guy, the gigantic guy that was on the side, I looked him up because I was like, who is that? Like I had to find out who that was.
Right.
I want to see him and Big Bill go at it. I don't know if that's a thing that can possibly happen.
It's all.
Yeah, he made Big Bill look small.
Big Bill might have to change his name after that fight. I don't know.
Le Petit William. Yeah, I think I'm here for it. And we haven't seen Satnam Singh in a lot of one-on-one stuff.
That's true.
Probably because there's just not a lot of options to make it seem like it's even fair. You know what I mean? I am surprised they haven't put him in more like handicap matches with like 2-on-1 or something to really kind of that's so old school, but they used to do that with like Andre the Giant, Big John Studd and stuff.
Yeah, I would love
Uh,
to see that with him.
yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more of him in the ring because man, he's big and he seems agile for his size, which is so rare for
Big
men of
dude.
his stature, for Big Satnam. I'm surprised that's not what they called him. They're just like, oh, you're big and your name's Satnam. We'll call you Big Satnam.
They're off their game that day.
Yeah. They're like, I guess we'll just go with your name. This again wasn't necessarily notable for me, but Tony Storm beat Hikaru Shida and Nyla Rose and Britt Baker in a 4-way to earn a title match at Grand Slam. Here's my thoughts on this. So Tony Storm wins. I think there's a little bit of buyer's remorse here because they took the belt off Tony Storm, and right when they took the belt off her, they gave her a way better character. And this character is working. The catchphrase is working. I know Joe Bob said he thought it was cheesy. I disagree with Joe Bob. I think
I
this Tony.
hear Joe Bob often.
this Tony Storm character is lights out, and I wouldn't be shocked at all to see them put the belt back on her. And
I would love that. I love her.
I think they should. I think
She's so fun as this bizarre, crazy fucking
this character, this Hollywood starlet character that she's doing, is
great.
fits like a glove for her. So I would put her over Soraya, and I would put the belt back on Tony. And I know it's like Soraya just got it, and it was such a
No,
great
it's so
moment.
fun.
But Tony's gonna be able to defend it every week, and I don't know if that Soraya will. So we'll we'll see. We'll
See
see
what
what
happens.
happens.
I'm pulling for Tony.
Yeah, I'm a Tony Storm mark at this point, pretty big.
Naira, she did come yell at me too, but in
Oh,
a nice
nice.
daddy ass. Like as she was leaving, she's like, "You distracted me" or something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could
Alright.
see that. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised more people don't say that as they're leaving the ring.
I love Nyla though. She was so fun. She did great.
Daddy ass. That's next level. Like
It was
That
he became a school teacher. He was like, "That's dress code violation."
yes. Oh my god. I know
Li-
it's like the most revealing thing I've ever worn there. Weird. Anyway, I wish you'd
Listen
seen
up.
me the time I had Scissor Me on it. How conflicted would he have been?
I know. Here's the thing. I think we should start calling him Grandpa Ass.
That's
Uh,
nice.
Old Gramps can't handle a little cleavage. Come on, man. Get your life together. Uh,
Get your life together.
what what else was notable for y'all? I think I kind of went through most of mine. I do have Samoa Joe and Roderick Strong in the main event. I
They're
thought
pretty
was
fun. The
Samoa
fucking
Joe's awesome.
neck health lectures. What about his neck health? Fucking
oh
great.
I know.
That shit.
What neck?
Yeah, Joe gets the win and he earns the title shot against MJF. And I gotta say, I gotta give props to Roderick Strong. This is maybe the best character work he's ever done, being this kind of fake hurt bitch.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
that's the perfect way to put it.
yeah, and Adam Cole coming down and then him dropping to the ground and selling his neck so hard, and then they took him out on
I love it.
the most ratchet looking gurney run of all time. I'm like, where the fuck did they find this? Like, looks,
It's so
looks like
great.
it's-
I love him.
yeah, it was super campy, and I dug it. So
And he was boring when he was like just playing it straight. So go with your neck health. It works.
yeah, I also love Samoa Joe choking Adam Cole at the end and being like, "I'm taking everything from you, everything." I'm like, "Oh my god, this is a fucking drama 101 here."
Joe sells it though, man.
Yeah, good shit. What'd you guys think of the main event on this one?
It was really good. It's very good, very well done. But Tim, let us know your opinions because I know that you
Yeah.
talked about this one.
I liked it a lot. I enjoyed watching it. I was I'm not familiar with Samoa Joe's character before that show. And so I felt like his wrestling demeanor was different than his aggressive character afterwards, maybe. I don't know. He just seemed more like I'm I'm the dude, you can't beat me, like in the ring. It was just like do whatever you want and you're just running into a brick wall. It just seemed like his character didn't match that wrestling style as much as I expected, but I definitely enjoyed watching him wrestle. He just has such a presence in the ring. It was pretty cool.
Love
Yeah,
that. And agree. Like he's very much like chill, Like I got all this. What are you gonna do? But then he does get aggressive too on top of it. So it's like a great combo.
Yeah.
yeah, he's like a cool monster.
Yeah.
He's like Monsters Inc. The
Totally.
you know what I'll say? Swerve has the same thing. For whatever reason, Joe just has this kind of it factor where you're like, huh, that guy's interesting. Even to like people that are like Tim, who's kind of brand new to this current product. Um,
Is this the first time you ever saw Samoa Joe?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
which is amazing. So
I love that
even
he made an impact. And
yeah,
when
even like your first time ever seeing him, this is like he made this impact on you, which shows why people chant Joe when he walks through the curtain. He's just
so also
been
fun.
doing it for fucking 20 years, you know. So that's awesome. I think that covers my notable stuff. I mean, the Darby and Nick Wayne versus Parker and Menard, I thought was super solid. Um,
Kristen was
and
fun.
and you know, uh, Christian kind of being Christian with
I was looking at your mom's Instagram.
yeah, very just Christian's so good at his character. Talk about a guy that has his character just uh threading the needle every week with it. And it looks like Darby and Sting are taking on Christian and Luchasaurus at Grand Slam, which I think
Love that. That's gonna be great.
Awesome.
is going to be
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
very, very cool. Um, anything else stand out for you guys as a collective group here?
Is Christian the guy that did the like rap battle intro?
Oh no, that's the Acclaim with Daddy Ass, and that's
Oh, okay, gotcha.
was
That
on-
guy's really good.
Matt
That's
Master.
yeah, that's on Rampage though, right? Yeah, okay.
I mean, we could get to Rampage real quick because we don't really cover it because there's so much to cover. But like, what was your favorite part of Rampage? What made it more exciting than Dynamite to you?
I think the whole so that match that we were just talking about where like Billy Gunn and all those guys are out there, that was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed seeing Jade Cargill. Like I'd never seen her character before. I didn't know how she was related to, you know, Cincinnati Reds, if you will, you know, and then all that. So I think all of it was just kind of a hit to me, like seeing just how close things are without ever really being experiencing this stuff and how everything's interconnected.
Yeah, I would
But
say
yeah,
Rampage has a more loose feel. Like they come out and they kind of play with the crowd and they're sillier, you know?
yeah. And maybe that's why it felt different being there live, because I felt like in that during Rampage they were out there interacting with the crowd more. They were the ones coming up and talking to us at the side and like getting
But
more
give me a
into it.
hug.
Yeah, yeah,
She's like, I'm so tough, and then can you give me a sweet hug? No, I'm still so tough.
That's good.
yeah.
So yeah, I thought Rampage was, you know, and I miss Rampage sometimes. I don't watch it every week, admittedly, but I thought it was super solid.
For Chris's horror movie references, which let's see if we can remember what he got this week. He got Species, which I'll count. He got Leprechaun. What else did he get? Urban Legend,
Oh wow!
Icon. So that's worth watching for the horror references on Rampage.
Watch, if for nothing else, watch the Jericho horror reference count.
Exactly. Worth the hour of your time.
And they also have some pretty good matches this week, which
They did.
you know, and Jade Cargill's swan song. So
No, I didn't know when we were watching it. I found out like immediately after that was her last match. But I was wondering why she ended so nice with Chris and like hugging and stuff.
yeah, they hugged and stuff, hugged it out.
That makes sense then.
So we should rate this episode of Dynamite. And what should we use? What should we use for the rating system this week?
Let's go 10 picks. So we always pick something like an object or something that stood out that week instead of stars. So what would we rate this week's Dynamite with?
An object from the stars.
Like sometimes we like brooms or chairs or something that somebody used in a match, something that stood out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Moxley hit the mic table, didn't he, in his fight? So how many mic tables?
All right.
Perfect. How many mic tables? Diana, let's start with you.
I'm gonna go 4.5 mic tables.
4.5. Solid.
That was really fun, really solid.
Brendan, what about you?
I was going to give it 4. I was very impressed with this week.
That's high from Brendan.
Yeah, Brendan's a tough grade.
Yes.
Tim, what
I
about
just
you?
want the best. All right.
You know, I think this was the best one I've seen, so I'm going to go with 5 mic tables.
Oh,
yeah,
Tim, coming hard. That sounded dirtier than I meant it to. Coming in strong. That sounds better.
We don't mind dirty.
I'm gonna go with 4.25 mic tables. I thought it was super solid. Uh and good. And I thought it set the table for Grand Slam, which is a big deal for AEW doing that in Arthur Ashe. So I know that they want to really have solidified storylines going into that. So
Yeah,
uh,
those are good ratings, y'all. If you missed Dynamite this week, go back and watch it. It's worth it.
Ghost gave it a 3. I'm
Ghost.
just, I'm
What
just
the
kidding.
hell?
Yeah, the Ghost hates Cincinnati. I
I get
don't
it.
know.
I get it.
I don't know what the deal is. Not a Bengals fan. Doesn't like Joe Burrow at all.
Okay, Ghost. Never
The
mind. I'll
Ghost.
understand
The Ghosts even said they were happy that Joe Burrow twisted their ankle, which I think is just
now. Ghost.
rude.
That's too far.
The Ghost is an
Like,
asshole.
Ghost is an
Uh,
asshole, man.
Browns fan. I'm just getting word.
What?
The
Wait,
Ghost is a
I
Ghost is a Browns fan. Still not over Baker Mayfield flopping. That's weird. I'm getting a lot of information from the Ghost right now.
fucking Ghost. Calm down. This is not the NFL pod.
Okay, so anywho, let's
So
move on. Let's move on to Collision.
wait. Tim did not watch Collision, so if you want to bow out, you can. If you want to just pop in and listen, you're welcome to. Whatever you want. It's up to your time.
I probably will go. I have a meeting coming up in 6
All
minutes.
right.
So.
If you like
Tim,
grown up and all.
Tim, thanks so much for joining us. It was
Yeah,
rad
thanks
to
for
get
having
your
me.
perspective from the live show.
Tell Randy
It was.
loving Claudio.
I'll tell her. I appreciate you guys having me on. It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim.
Bye.
Bye, Tim.
All right.
All right. So moving on to Collision. It's just us.
Mm-hmm.
I love how I was like waiting. I'm like, Tim can't be around for the Collision talk.
It's all us, man.
I know.
It's
Just us
The
squirrel
exclusive.
friends here.
Let's wrap.
Here we are. Collision, y'all.
All right, let's get to the nitty gritty. What stood out about a Collision to you?
Britt Baker.
I knew that. Okay, first, notes.
Go ahead.
Her eyeshadow was amazing.
The what?
Her eyeshadow. Like the
Yes.
blue glitter. If nothing else, that's a highlight of the show.
So that's what we're gonna rate it off of.
Okay, blue eyeshadow.
I will say this. I thought I was very excited for this match. They're in Britt's backyard.
Pittsburgh.
This left me very I was conflicted because I hate when they put somebody over against somebody when it's in their hometown. And they also clearly, like, I get why they put Chris Statlander over here to kind of retain, because they're building her up. I don't like them using Britt Baker, who is this time a year and a half, 2 years ago, was by far the biggest star in the women's division. I don't like using her as cannon fodder to get people over. She's still young. She needs to be getting put over. You know what I mean?
I mean, she was put the fuck over for the longest time, and they made her look amazing. It was still a great match. She looked like a fucking star. Like, the ending was perfect. If you're not going to put her over, it was like spot on.
Yeah.
And we don't want to not have her in fucking Pittsburgh. So I'm cool with how they did it.
Right. And I get all that. And I know that, to gain credibility, you have to be credible opposition.
Yeah, totally.
So I get why they're building Chris Statlander that way. I just feel like, and I thought Britt did look great in this match. It's probably the best she's looked in a match in a while. I thought she was real strong in this.
She has
But
a different vibe right now. Like, she feels much more actually scary.
she's moving at a higher pace.
Yeah.
Her pace was so, like, that was my big criticism of her in the rough year that she had, was she looks like she's running a step slower than everybody, and she didn't look like that in this match, which I was happy. There was like a sense of urgency to her work rate, and I think that has been missing from her.
She looked like a goddamn superstar. Her outfit, her makeup.
Oh yeah,
she's so lean and fucking strong right now. Like
Yeah,
she
she's in great shape right now.
She needs to be in a movie.
oh my god,
Yeah,
Brendan.
yeah,
I'm just saying,
Let's make movie. Have a
yeah.
giraffe.
she does.
Big
She
Bill
should be.
versus Giraffe.
Britt
Britt
Baker.
Baker. Britt Baker could be in it.
So I just, can you imagine like Britt Baker, like, you know, maybe she only films for like a day, you know, but it's like, you know, Britt Baker in, I don't know, Slasher Camp Summer Massacre or something. I don't know, something like that.
I'm here for Slasher Camp Summer Massacre. Anyway,
Slasher Camp Summer Massacre.
I'm in.
That's
I've
the name of
heard it.
that's the name of my biopic. Um, I think I agree, and I think it made Statlander again look like someone that can beat credible opposition. She beat Cargill and Britt Baker in the same week.
That's fucking true.
I
Okay, I'm gonna
mean,
go ahead and say I don't get. I think she's fine. But people seem to love Chris Statlander, and I think she's tight. Maybe because I'm disappointed because she was an alien and now she's not, and I can't let that go. I want the alien back. But
um,
I don't mind her, and I love her like sign language at the end and stuff. She's fun, but like people seem to just like love her.
take somebody that's never seen wrestling at all. Don't tell them anything about who's the champ, who's not the champ. Show them Chris Statlander versus Britt Baker, and then at the end of the match, be like, which one should be the champion? 99 out of 100 people would say that Britt Baker should be.
It's true. It's true.
It's just again, just she has that kind of it factor, and I like Chris Statlander, but I'm not sure she's
Not at the level they're portraying her right now.
not right now. I agree, and this is coming from somebody that I've always liked Chris Statlander and was super happy to see her beat Jade Cargill. Um, but yeah, I get that. Brendan, let's talk about you. What do you think of this match?
I liked it. I thought it was fun. It kept the energy up. Because remember last week how everything was a little,
Oh, Collision was an absolute fucking
but I
train
think
wreck
that's,
last week.
I think they listened. And they had 24 hours to make it work. Because obviously we put the podcast out now on like a Tuesday, sometimes a Wednesday, maybe
Who
a
knows when
Thursday.
it's going to come out? Yeah.
So,
It's
so they
legal.
listened.
That's all that matters.
I bet you they listened to it and they were like, "Oh fuck!"
We
And
gotta
they had to.
I was honestly, I was thinking that they're like, oh man, these are great notes because
But
they a lot. They stepped it up.
and also, like, you know, not every week is going to be good. Literally, they do this like 52 weeks out of the year, so obviously, not all of them are going to be great. But
Right.
this is what I like: is after a really shitty one,
They come back strong.
yeah, it could be a few shitty ones in a row, but when they hit it, they hit it. And I think that this whole match, it probably was my most memorable one for me personally. So I'm happy to see the Collision, you know,
I just want to
improve a
say
little bit.
it was fun. Hopefully, I didn't blow it too bad. Aw, you
That's nice.
did great. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
Continue.
Tim was great.
You was.
Um, I gotta mention this. FTR wins in what was basically a throwaway match
Okay,
against
that was so fucking fun though. Sorry, go ahead. Continue. Explain it, and then I'll jump in.
against the Iron Savages, which I think have a fun character. They're these goofy powerlifting meathead kind of dudes, but they also kind of look like Viking warriors.
I love
Um,
it.
Diana's left the screen.
I spilled monster all over my floor. So hold on. Talk amongst yourself.
FTR gets the win in 3:30. They're doing this open challenge thing. After the
Mhm.
match, the workhorsemen come in and they're like, "We want to take you on," and then Ozzy Open's kind of watching on a monitor backstage. That's all fine and good. Fun match. I love FTR. Putting them against people that nobody really knows much about seems weird to me, but I think they're eventually going to take on Aussie Open for those straps, which would be fun.
For sure.
But more notable is directly after this match, they have Lexi Nair with Keith Lee, and there's a guy like off to the side clapping his hand in front of the camera, and he says, "Cohesion, take 22." I don't know what the fuck this was. If this was actually take 22 of them trying to get this promo done,
I can't
or
imagine it's take
or
22.
if it was a bit, or I don't know what it was.
They did a lot of that this week. I think maybe they were playing it around because, like, Young Bucks, I think, were like, hit the red button and that kind of stuff. So I think they were just having a little fun with their stuff this week. It's how I took it anyway.
Yeah, it was very strange. But Shane Taylor and then Lee Moriarty, who when you least expect it, Lee Moriarty shows back up on television. I don't know where he goes, if he gets hurt, if he's just like, hey bro, I need to work 6 dates a year. And then this is like number 5 on his 6 appearances a year chart. But Lee Moriarty and Shane Taylor are hanging out, and Keith Lee seems unimpressed. Uh, Nothing too notable other than there was some very strange kind of production quirks, and I don't know if they were real or if they were part of the bit or what was going on, but uh, I did notice that happening a lot. You were right. This week it seemed a little loose, and maybe they
Yeah,
were being playful.
I took it as playful, totally.
Yeah, it's part of what makes Collision so different than Dynamite is that it does seem a little bit more loose.
Yeah, Dynamite's more like polished.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Oh, let's talk
Uh,
about the Tony Storm RJ City a little bit.
oh yeah,
That
if people out there haven't watched it yet, RJ City had a sit down with Tony Storm. And it was called, I think it was called like Portrait of a Hollywood Starlet or something.
was so cute, and she was all like,
It's
"My lighting," and just it was adorable. I do think like I love RJ. He's fucking hilarious. I think they haven't used him to his potential yet. He's kind of a little too serious-ish on the show. They need to like let him like run with himself, but still, it was a cute bit. He lets other people be the star, I guess, which I guess is a good thing. But he is such a star himself. I want them to show that more. But him and Tony
yeah,
is great.
yeah. I mean, I think he is criminally underutilized.
Agreed.
That guy's so talented. The gift of gab for days. He's so naturally funny in conversation. They could be using him not only more, but a little bit more effectively.
And I
And
hope I'm sorry, go ahead.
maybe we'll see that in the future.
Also, like, I hope Collision uses this chance that they're trying to figure out what they're doing post CM Punk to, like, maybe figure out a way to use him more.
Completely, I totally
Nigel was
agree.
killing it, though. Nigel was cracking me the fuck up.
Yeah, Nigel McGuinness is great as well.
I love the just Nigel McGinnis. Like
Like, his
it's
name?
such a character. Yeah, it's such a character name. You know.
It is,
It's no big
and
deal, but
Nigel McGuinness is such a legend. I don't know how familiar y'all are with his work in Ring of Honor. One of the best of all time, in my opinion. And he was supposed to go to WWE back in the day, and something fell through. And if he would have had a chance on like a major platform, people will be talking about him like they talk about Brian Danielson as far as like in ring work. He's incredible. Um, I will remove my mouth from Nigel's dick, and we'll move on.
I've heard a lot of people say that too. A lot of people agree with you. So, continue
It's
the
good to
dick
know.
riding time.
Continue to dick ride.
Yes.
Um, we should talk about Ricky Starks and Big Bill taking on Brian Danielson and
That
Claudio.
was my top, even though I hate Claudio. It was a really good match.
Big moment for Ricky Starks, kind of first time getting that pin on Brian Danielson to get the win. Even though there was a big nut shot that led to the Rochambeau that got the victory, but
So I
this
was
is
so excited by that. Like until you told me that he might be leaving. Like, don't I hope that's not why they did it. Cause like what an upset. I was not expecting that at all. And I was so excited. But if he's leaving, then I can't be as excited. But
I
we're full
well,
right
who
now.
knows? I know that there's interest. Who knows if it's mutual? I mean,
Come on,
a,
Ricky.
a lot of people have been interested in a lot of people, and it's got to be mutual. Um, so hopefully Ricky, and he's getting the push of his life right now. So
Oh,
now's the time. I'm upset for Ricky Starks because that CM Punk left or
I was
got
so excited.
fired. because man, that was the feud that was going to turn him into something. So, but
Whatever.
this
He's already something.
this is working. This is working for him too.
Yeah.
What do you
Him and
think of
Big Show
Ricky these
together
days,
is
Brendan?
Sorry.
I don't really think of Ricky. Not in a shade way, but just like he's fine.
Wow. No.
But I don't like he hasn't really peaked the radar. It's like,
Wow.
he's fine. He puts on a good show, but
All
you
right.
know,
No, that's
it's not like it's not bad. Like it's not me being like, oh fuck him. It's like, no, he's fine.
kind of
He's
how it
entertaining.
felt with him pre-heel era.
Right.
Mhm.
Or it's like I can see he's great, he's fine, whatever.
Yeah. It's
Heel,
like he's
I
good.
totally do it.
Yeah.
We'll give it a month or two and maybe my opinion will change, but
Hopefully he'll still be here in a month or two.
how about no, well, I'll even if he's not, watch if he switches teams, all of a sudden watch him get better or some shit like that. Like, I don't know,
Also,
not better, but
I got to give props to CM Punk for never losing that belt. He literally won that belt and never actually lost it.
Man,
I wonder if he's going to show up on WWE Survivor Series with that belt. That'd be incredible.
that would be interesting, that's for sure.
Uh, I got to tell you guys, I have an official prediction.
okay.
I am nearly 100% sure that CM Punk is going to show up on WWE at Survivor Series.
Man,
I would say it's 99%.
No, man.
Yeah. Got a feeling.
We'll see. When is Survivor Series?
It is November.
All right.
So,
I don't know. That seems pretty likely, actually.
yeah, and Survivor Series is in Chicago. So,
Oh, shut up. Oh, fuck off.
it's definitely a thing that could happen. I got to say, I'm a fan of The Righteous. The Righteous took on Matt and Jeff Hardy. The Righteous, this is their AEW TV debut. They get the win over the Hardy Boys, which I think is cool for them. But definitely have I'm pretty sure that they're basing this kind of on the Righteous Gemstones, where they've got this cool kind of like alternative uh, uh, religion culty thing, but they're not doing it in a way that's like, oh, they're just trying to be the Wyatt family. It's definitely a little bit more poly polyphonic spree vibes to them. And I thought it was a good match. What'd you think of the Righteous making their debut?
I
I
think
thought it was fun.
exactly. They came in strong. Like I wasn't expecting shit, and I definitely wasn't expecting them to win. Like there were a lot of upsets on this episode.
Yeah, it was Collision again, they were having Scorpio Sky and Andrade's back kind of again. Andrade getting the win. This was this seemed way better put together as a show than last week.
For sure.
Seemed like last week they were definitely scrambling.
That's one way to put it.
What'd you guys think of the Aussie Open smashing the two jobbers?
Oi, oi, oi.
I loved it. I thought that was the perfect thing to do for Aussie Open. Just have
Agreed.
It was a fun.
kill two guys.
Not in one of my top 3 though, but
No.
John Silver was though. That was
Let's talk about John Silver because that was also in one of my notable moments. John Silver taking on Anthony Bowens, and I got to be honest, I was shocked that they gave John Silver the win here.
Me too. But I loved it.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
A little help from Evil Uno, but
Evil Uno with the ring post shot of death to Anthony Bowens.
Which the outfits for this one were awesome.
I noticed Daddy Ass was more conservative.
Yeah,
I didn't think of it like that, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy where for the last 30 years, we've always seen him topless. Like,
He just likes the attention. He likes his junk hanging out.
what a prude. Yeah, I was happy for John Silver, and that might be John Silver's biggest singles win on TV. As I think
Oh
about
my,
it,
you're right.
getting the
He's just
W
so
versus Anthony Bowens.
adorable and charismatic, and the little what's it called that he had in the agreement contract.
Oh yeah, where it's like you're taking on Johnny Hungy, baby.
Yeah. Did you not read it? They can't be at ringside. It was so cute.
Uh, I
That
also
was
love
a moment for me.
I love vague language and contracts. It was all the Dark Order versus Anthony Bowens. Anthony Bowens is like, who am I taking on? Didn't care.
Don't worry
Uh,
about
I love how it's like super big too. Like in all like 28, font size, bold.
it. It's so cute.
Uh it
I
worked.
love the camp. It's so cheesy and cute. I love it.
Yeah, it was good stuff here. Brendan, I don't know if I've ever got your thoughts on Johnny Silver here or Johnny Hungy.
Johnny.
Johnny Hungy.
Um, I think that he's cool. I mean, again, it's one of those where I'm curious to see more. Um, but you know,
Have you ever
he's
seen
fun.
how much of him have you seen?
I think I've only seen him like once or twice before, from
Wow.
what I remember. Yeah, like he's in like I
You're gonna love him.
still I know, like a year later after starting this, I'm still like, there are still more people that I'm like, who the
Oh,
fuck are
yeah.
you? Like, okay, I have to. Do they keep like everyone on payroll, even if they're not like on the show, and then maybe like 6 months later they pop in for like 2 episodes? Like, do they keep them on payroll a year? Like, that's the stuff I'm also fascinated about because they have so many people that
They
it's
Uh,
like,
if they're officially signed to an AW contract, they have guaranteed money. So it's like working a payroll job. Now, some people you see here and there, like Will Ospreay is not signed to AEW. So he got when he went against Jericho at All in Wembley, he got an appearance fee. So it's kind of an independent contractor where they're like, okay, we're going to do this match. You're going to show up on Dynamite. We're going to give you this much money for it. Uh, and probably pretty good paydays for Will Ospreay, which is
okay.
awesome.
Mhm.
But once you're signed, like let's say they don't have anything creatively, but the person has a 2-year contract, and they're just kind of sitting at home or they're going to catering. That's a big thing in wrestling. They're like, I was hanging out in catering that week uh, because they just didn't have anything creative to do. Uh, so short answer is yeah, they'll get paid if they're signed to an
okay,
official contract. It's like having
fascinating.
a paid vacation, but I'm sure they have things to do. They're like,
Okay.
I think the bathroom needs to be restocked. This guy's
Wow.
carrying some
But
brawny.
it's just that's the one thing about just wrestling in general, like, is that again, I remember thinking when we started this, I was like, okay, after like 4 or 5 months, I'll probably have seen everyone. But it's like almost a year later, and it's like, no, there's still more that come out of the woodwork that you guys know about. And then I'm like, who the fuck is that?
And people leave, people come back, people, it's yeah, it's
What?
a wild industry.
Awesome.
Um,
Fun.
I think we covered most of what I wanted to cover on Collision. What about you guys? What do you think?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
mine.
I'm very happy that they've stepped up again because, last week was a little worrisome. I was hoping,
Yes. I was literally worried because like I don't want them to like abandon Collision and kind of just let it go downhill. It needs to still be as amazing and exciting as when Punk was there, you know?
Yeah, yeah. This week was a lot better. Let's go ahead and rate it. Brendan, let's start with you this time. And what should we rate it with?
Blue eyeshadow.
Blue
oh
eyeshadow. How
yeah,
many?
Darcy blue
yeah.
eyeshadow.
I
How
am
many
gonna
morphy
give
blue
it
eyeshadows?
Yes.
4 dashes, 4 eyes of blue eyeshadow. from House Labs. Um,
I love
how
it.
about you guys?
I will also give it 4 pots of of blue
You
eyeshadow.
out of everyone should know.
I don't fucking do makeup, man. Little thingy no eyeshadow.
Uh,
Watches? I don't fucking know.
oh
Johnny,
Lord.
how do you package eyeshadow?
I'm gonna, I'm gonna give it 3 3/4
Mm,
containers of Jeffree Star blue eyeshadow.
there we
Uh,
go. It's very
I don't think Jeffree Star even makes makeup anymore, to be honest.
I think
Um,
you still get it
I
just
think he does.
here or
does
something.
he? I know
I think so.
he makes like wild animal jerky and stuff now. I know he
Oh
lives
yeah.
on a farm
Oh,
out there. You're probably wondering why I know so much about Jeffree Star.
not
I've
surprised at all, to be honest.
Over the years I've dated a lot of hairstylists, and so
Is that true?
I oh yeah, I went through a whole thing where I was like needed free haircuts and just started to really, you know,
And they're big Jeffree Star fans?
oh, you name it. I know all the tea on Jeffree Star and Jaclyn Hill and
Oh my god.
any that's I could go on for days.
I feel like Brandon could too.
Patrick Star.
I love Patrick Star. Let me tell you. Like,
Wait, are you guys talking about the SpongeBob character?
yeah. Or
Okay.
the drag queen.
I also love Patrick.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Uh,
I love
Pat,
Patrick Star the Starfish.
Patrick Star the Starfish.
He's
Have you
great.
Uh,
guys seen the TikTok where Patrick Star is singing "If I Were a Rich Man"?
no, but I
I
know what
will
I'm
send it.
doing later. Uh, okay, so we should give out some awards.
Hmm.
Okay,
Um,
let's do.
Diana,
Let's start with fucking Dick of the Week, Mr. Daddy Ass.
by
Honestly, I
far,
can't deny that.
not even close.
I was just minding
Uh,
my own business.
You
Had
were
to come
standing
all
there doing what you've been doing.
yeah, I gotta
the
say,
audacity with my chest.
I've always loved Billy Gunn. Uh, I have a sour taste in my mouth from that whole incident. It
I,
actually,
some people were like defending me and saying I think he was just being silly. Honestly, I didn't
he's
take it for bad,
Oh
but
yeah.
yeah, you took it well, and I think that's great. But yeah, it doesn't sit well with me. So uh,
if you can't say something nice, don't say anything.
well, just don't be a.
Unless you're on the Wendy Williams show and then you spill it. All right, you say
Right.
everything.
Well, he
I'm
was not
just saying, like, what a weird fucking
stance.
yeah, like Jesus Christ, dude, fucking yeah, it pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, made me mad that he did that, and I think that he's a fucking child. So,
Aw.
any anywho,
That's really I'm fine with him. I will go out there and scissor the fuck out of him anytime. It's fucking fine.
of course, and just don't fuck with my friends. It
Yeah.
makes me mad. So, anywho, yeah, daddy ass a big fat dick of the week, and that's my he might win it for 2 weeks for me. I don't even care if he's on the show next week.
Wow.
Um, he might have got a two. He might have got a two for from me. Okay, so next,
On the more positive note, who was our Dewey Riley hero of the week?
hero of the week.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say Sammy.
Really, why?
Dude,
Well, I liked the montage. I was hoping for more drama, but I was like, it's good. You
I
know,
thought
like it's good.
I think that's a solid pick because Sammy had a good week. I thought he played that role good. He didn't break when he was getting talked to 1 inch away from his face. Yeah, I think that I'm not gonna, I'm not. It's not my hero of the week, but it was. I think that's a solid choice.
Who's yours, Johnny?
Tony Storm. Uh, Tony Storm not only getting the big win to set up the title match at Arthur Ashe, but her character work is so good. I'm happy for her. I'm very like she found her thing, and I hope the fans keep getting behind it because we're seeing Tony Storm blossom as a character, and I'm stoked on it.
Love it. I haven't put a whole lot of thought into mine, so the first person that pops in my head is Prince Nana.
Prince Nana,
She's just fucking funny.
forever the goat.
Yes.
I love Prince Nana. I'm such a fucking fan of his.
Did you watch his AEW? He was on this week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I will watch it.
It solidifies everything you've ever thought about Prince Nana being awesome.
Great.
It just made. And he and RJ had amazing chemistry in that.
Yes, it was so good. Definitely check it out.
We're gonna have RJ back on.
Oh yeah, now that we have him for 5 years, like we did last time.
I know.
We're a little bit more concise this time, a little bit, as we say, over an hour already.
I know. We're going long. So what's the next? What's the
Freddie
next
versus
prize?
Jason.
Freddie versus Jason.
I'm gonna give it to Jade.
Wow.
Because it's her, now that we officially know it's her last match. You know, it was entertaining. And it was a pretty good way to kind of say goodbye.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my opinion on it. But
I respect that.
I don't know. I'm a little sad she chose to go this way. You know, like I think she's gonna be. I don't know how well it's gonna work out for her because she's like the big person in AEW. There's a lot of big people at WWE, so let's see how that goes. You know, big fish, small pond kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They probably offered her a lot of green.
I do have tea on that, but I guess I shouldn't say it. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say I'm just guessing she got a fat payday for this. So
can confirm.
Okay. Good for her, though. You know, like good for her.
I know she wanted $1 million to stay, and that's a lot to ask of AEW.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have paid her that.
I know.
I'd be like,
we love you. But yeah.
Good luck in your future endeavors.
I think basically yes.
Yeah.
Not the future endeavors part.
Yeah.
Johnny, did you get your match yet?
Samoa Joe versus Roderick Strong. I thought it was super solid. Nice. Super solid. And you know, it's the one with the most stakes, you know, Joe getting the shot at MJF. Even though I think he's probably not going to win that belt. But who knows? Stranger things have happened. But yeah, it's just super solid. And the Roderick Strong, Adam Cole stuff. There's a lot of layers, a lot of layers to the onion going on. So I thought it was a good piece of business there.
Cool.
I love it.
As much as I want to say Sammy Jericho with their class reunion, definitely high up there. I think oddly enough, the match that got me pumped the most was the opening match of Collision.
Oh yeah, very good.
Okay.
I thought it was great too.
You know,
that was probably second for me.
Like that has to be a lot if a Claudio match for me. So
right.
Yeah.
I also do. I thought the Jericho Guevara stuff was good.
It was
really,
super good.
Really good. I enjoyed it. All right, so we've come to the end of another episode of the Awesome Pod. Can we announce who our guests for the live recording of the Awesome Pod?
Yeah, of course.
At Jamboree. Go ahead, Diana. Who is it?
Bunny and Blade.
Yay! That's gonna be awesome.
Live on stage at the Jamboree, which we also just officially announced that Fozzie's gonna be there the same day. So, Awesome Pod listeners, come be interactive. We want to have like lots of viewer interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Do this with us. It's gonna be fucking fun.
Yeah,
it'll be a really fun weekend.
Yes. October 8th is the official wrestling takes over the Jamboree. The Jamboree.
Erica's also doing a live episode of his pod that day too. So
amazing.
Lots of wrestling.
Awesome.
It's gonna be great. So come out that weekend, October 6th through 8th. Go to the what's the website they can check out to get more information, Diana?
I should know that. I feel like it's Joe Bob's Jamboree, but .com.
Just Google Jamboree Vegas. It'll
go
come
to
up.
Joe Bob's pinned tweets, X, whatever.
Yes, and it's on Instagram too, I think. So
it's all over. Joe Bob's Jamboree.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna be there.
And-
8th, and we'll
yeah.
let you.
I think I'm coming. I'll be there the Saturday and the Sunday.
Yay!
Which
Saturday,
I
because we're doing a live taping of our last drive-in show with Roger Corman. So
gonna be
awesome.
amazing.
the hard nerd, that's gonna be fun.
And I think
Uh,
I'm getting in on Thursday, so I'll be
Whoa!
there all weekend. Yeah.
I will be there all weekend too.
Woo!
Yeah, we'll see. I'm still toying with the idea of coming in maybe Friday. So we'll see what happens.
Sweet. Yay!
Awesome.
But join us, and as always, rate, review, and subscribe to the Awesome Pod. Watch it on YouTube, listen to it on your drive somewhere. We appreciate the Raggedy Bitch Army
So much.
as
Thank you
as always.
everybody that listens and watches our nonsense. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, it's and again, we're gonna have some great guests coming up uh, in the pipeline.
Yeah,
So
we're stepping this shit. Oh, it's time to take our
yeah,
show seriously.
next level. So we should do this again next week. How's it
I
sound,
think
you
so.
guys? Okay.
Yay! Sounds
Until
good.
then,
Awesome.
namaste, W.
Namaste.
Namaste, W.